Good day, viewers. In my last story, I couldn't read one. Uh, there was not enough time for me to read one story which I wanted to, and that's the question, the section concerning jokes, jokes. So let's go to the first joke before we go to the Quran. With our aircraft carrier underway on an important exercise, the admiral called on all the pilots together to discuss safety. He sternly lectured the group, then glared at them and asked gruffly, "Any question?" No one said a word. So he asked a second time. Still, no talkers. I don't know if it's talkers or takers, sorry. I don't know everything. Like I said, it's Takers. Uh, no one is still, no, then he added, no one is leaving, in inverted commas. He demanded, no one is leaving, he demanded, until I get a question. So came a weak voice from the back. Where are you from? Okay, it's a question. You wanted a question, and he asked him. He asked you a question. Where are you from? Okay, the second joke. As a young married couple, my husband and I lived in a cheap housing complex near the base where he was stationed. Near the base where he was stationed. Our chief complaint was that the walls were paper thin and that we had no privacy. This was painfully obvious one morning when my husband was upstairs and I was downstairs on the telephone. I was interrupted by a doorbell. I was interrupted by the doorbell and to greet went to greet my neighbor. Give this to Lieutenant. Give this to Lieutenant Gridley, he said, thrashing a roll of toilet paper into my hands. He's been yelling for it for 50 minutes. Yes, it means that really they didn't have any privacy. The neighbor heard him yelling for 50 minutes for toilet paper. He wasn't getting it. So he brought one from the house to give them. Okay, third one. One day, uh, a young Air Force enlisted man walked into the base newspaper office where I work and said he'd like to place an advertisement. Classified? Classified? I asked. No, ma'am, he replied with great seriousness. It's unclassified. So I don't know if it's unclassified. Why so serious? Why serious about it? Uh, Third one or fourth one, I don't know. After spending a few years on shore duty, I found myself back at sea, trying to remember what all of the signal bells and whistles piped over the ship's intercom meant. I was beginning to catch on again when I heard the unfamiliar beeping in the chief's mess. So I think we've finished with this paper. Let's go to the Quran now. And we're going to section 37 now of the same surah, Surah Al-Baqarah. What does it say? Ya ayyuhal lazina amanu, infiku min taibati ma kasabtum mimma akhrajna lakum min al-ardi. What does that mean? O ye who believe, give of the good things which ye have honorably earned, and of the fruits of the earth which we have produced for you. And do not, sorry, we haven't read that. Mimma harajnu, mimma harajna lakum min al-ardi. Wala tayammamu الخيبات وما تيمموا الخبيث منه تنفقون ولستم منكم تنفقين ولستم بآخذه إلا أن تغمدوا فيه. What does that mean? Uh, and do not aim at anything which is bad. Eh? Habitha, anything which is bad. Out of it you may give away something when ye yourselves would not receive it except with closed eyes. ولا تيمموا الخبيث منه تنفقون ولستم ولنتم يحزيه إلا أن تعمدوا فيه وأعلموا أن الله غني حميد. Another invocation of God's name here. So accept with closed eyes, full stop, and know that God is free of all wants and worthy of all praise. In other words, God is self-sufficient. So let's go quickly over it again. Oh, you who believe, give of the things which we have honorable earned, which ye have honorable earned, and of the fruits of the earth which we have produced. So it means what you have is something that God has produced. When he says we, that's how God speaks. Well, it could be he and the angels, I don't know, but that's how he speaks. So whatever you have, it means that God has given it to you, which we have provided for you, and do not aim anything which is bad. Out of it ye may give away something which you yourself would not receive except with closed eyes. Yes, if you acquire something wrongly and you give it out, it's wrong. Something that you know you yourself will not get from anybody. In other words, it's evil. When you say closed eyes, it means that you are collecting it, pretending not to know that it is evil. You get something, you thief something. Let me say so. You thief something and you give it out. You are thieving with closed eyes. You know it's evil, but you thief it. You see, then you give it as a form of charity. It is wrong. Let's go to the next section, next verse, sorry. That was verse 267 we did. We are going to 268. وَالشَّيْطَانِ يَئِدُكُمْ الْفَقْرِ وَيَأْمُرُكُمْ بِالْفَحْشَاءِ. What does that say? Satan threatens you with poverty and beats you to conduct and seemingly beats you to bad conduct. Wallahu ya'idukum maghfiratin minhu wa fadlan wallahu wasi'in alim. So, God promises you his forgiveness and bounties. So while Satan beckons you to do evil, God is ever ready to forgive you. That's what it means. His forgiveness and bounties. And again, invocation of God here. And God careth for all. Wallahu wasi'in. God careth for all. Alimun. And he knoweth all things. Let's go to 269. What does it say? Yukti al-hikmah, or yukti al-hikmata, man yasha'a. Wa man yukti al-hikmata, fakat uti khayran kathiran. What does that mean? He granteth wisdom to whom he pleaseth. Yukti hikmatan liman yasha'a. And he And he to whom wisdom is granted it receiveth indeed a benefit overflowing. Mhm. Yukti al-hikmah man yasha'a, full stop. Waman yukti al-hikmah fakat ut fakat uti khairan kathiran, benefit overflowing, khairan kathiran. When he gives you wisdom, he's giving you benefit overflowing, like King Solomon and like some of our leaders alive today and those who have gone. You are given wisdom, you are given benefit overflowing. Overflowing means when something is overflowing, other people can tap it. Learn from your wisdom. Wama wama yazakaru illa ulul albab. We've done it. eh? And but none will receive admonition, but men of understanding. Ulul albab. I mentioned some of the verses in my previous uh, videos, notably 2 verses 2, 2, 1, 9. I think we did it. And then 3, 7, and so on. Okay, third verse, that's 270, third verse of the section. Wama anf- Wama anfaktum min nafakatin aw nazartum min nazrin fa inna allaha ya'lamuhu. Wama, let me repeat it. Wama anfaktum min nakatin aw nazartum min nazrin fa inna allaha ya'lamuhu. Oh, and whatever you spend in charity or whatever vow you make, be sure God knows it all. Mm? Wama lezalimina min ansarin, but the wrongdoers have no helpers. Yes, if you are a wrongdoer, you will have helpers here on earth. Plenty. Friends say beaucoup. Sometimes they go around making friends with the security men, police, army, whatnot, and then when they are wrong, they get sympathy. They get sympathy. In heaven, you will not. Sorry, in the hereafter, you will not. You will not have any helper. Nobody. They themselves that you are getting help from are looking for help. And if you could get them help, they will be happy. So you will not have any helpers. 271. In tubdu asarakatin for a neman here. But in تخفيها وتؤتوها الفقراء فهو خير لكم. What does it say? If you disclose acts of charity, even so it is well. But if you conceal them and make them rich, that is get to them, and make them rich, that is get to those really in need, that is best for you. So, disclosing charity may be good. That's in special circumstances, like we've explained before. But even then, if you keep them secret, that is the best. That's what this means. Mm? So it doesn't change anything. Like you say, the Quran is for people of understanding. You don't have to disclose, except it is absolutely necessary. But if you don't disclose at all, it is still the best. Uh, and it should reach the right people. You don't give charity to people by heart. You examine people and you see those in need and you give to them. And you give what is unnecessary to you, but you know it's necessary to others. For the need is necessary. Don't keep them at home until they rot. You look around, see what you don't need, and don't let it spoil at home. Look around and see your neighbor or somebody walking, and you see that no, this fellow is generally in need. Don't go and give it to people who have already, who are sitting down. You look at them; they are well fed. They are only gossiping. Then you say you are doing charity. No, you are not. This is what this means. Al-Fakra, the needy, the poor. Here in Lakum, better for you. وَيَكْفُ وَيُكَفِّرُ وَيُكَفِّرُ عَنْكُمْ مِنْ سَيِّئَاتِكُمْ وَاللَّهُ بِمَا تَعْمَلُونَ خَبِيرٌ. That is best for you. It will remove from you some of your stains of evil, and God is well acquainted with what you do. In other words, if you do, if you do charity, some of the evil that you have, God wipes them away. Some of the evil things that you have done may be wiped away by God. That's if you do charity the right way, like prescribed in this Quran. That's why I say the Quran is an oath. The whole Quran is an oath. You look at it and you fear. God knows your heart. God knows what He has written. And you say, look, I should give this charity to somebody who is needy. Well, some of the developed countries do it. They know African countries are needy. People of the West African countries are needy. And also Saudi Arabia and what they ship things to us. Unfortunately, when it gets here, we within ourselves steal these items. They don't get to the right people. The same people keep getting them, and the same people keep benefiting from them. They don't know what is waiting for them after death. They don't know. If they were to know, it would have been best for them. Wallahu bima ta'lamuna ya khabirun. And it adds again, God, the name of God, and God is well acquainted with what ye do. Let's go to 272. Laysa alaykum hudahum, walakinna Allah yahdi man yasha'a. وما تنفقوا من خير فلأنفسكم. What does that mean? It is not for you to guide them to the right path, but God guides to the right path when He pleaseth. Yes, the Prophet Muhammad doesn't guide. I'm not saying it. It's here. He doesn't guide. It's God who guides. He is here as a messenger. We must respect him. He has his duties, but he doesn't guide people. It's God who guides people, and it's God who misguides people. He will give you the message. If you follow, fine, you are well guided. If you don't follow, you are not well guided. But he himself cannot guide. Jesus Christ, alayhi salam, does not guide. None of the prophets guide. Even the angels, they don't guide. They only write. They only record. They are generous, Kariman, Katibi. They are generous writing, but they don't guide. It's only God who guides. Wallahu yahdi man yasha. He guides whom he wishes. وما تنفقوا من خير فلأنفسكم. Whatever of good you give benefits your own souls. Whatever benefit you give benefits, whatever good you give benefits your own souls. وما تنفقون sorry وما تنفقون no sorry وما تنفقوا من خير فلأنفسكم. Full stop. That's what I just read in English. وما تنفقون إلا ابتغاء وجه الله. So Uh, and ye shall only do so seeking the face of God. So we all know what the face of God. We want God to look at us, to see us, hmm? Not the face of human being. That's what it means. You don't do it so human beings will see you. No. That's why I say don't disclose it. Hmm? Even if in the darkness you see somebody sleeping, no, you see that he's hungry, and you prepare a delicious meal and put it by his side while he's sleeping. He wakes up, he gets it, he smells the good scent. I tell you, nobody will tell him to consume it. It's not poisonous. He will do it. He knows God's servant has brought it to him. You understand? So you are doing it for your soul, not for anybody. You are doing it to get the face of God the Almighty. Hmm? Uh, Seeking the face of God. And then what it adds, ibtigai wachillahi, wama tunfikuna min khairin yu'affa, wama tunfikuna min khairin yu'affa ilaykum wa antum la tuslamun. So, whatever good you give shall be rendered back to you, and it shall not be dealt with unjustly. You can't do good and get bad from God. No, He's not unjust. You do good, you get good. Eh? Hal jaza'un sa'a illa sa'a. Is there any reward for good other than good? Is there somewhere? I think we've done it. If we haven't done it, we'll come to read. Uh, Hal jaza'u sa'a illa sa'atun. Or is this Hasnan? Sorry. Let's see. Okay. So that's by the way. So to get the face of God, وَمَا تُنْفِقُوا مِنْ خَيْرٍ يُوفِ إِلَيْكُمْ وَأَنْتُمْ ظَالِمُونَ. وَمَا تُنْفِقُوا مِنْ خَيْرٍ يُؤَفَّى إِلَيْكُمْ وَأَنْتُمْ لَا تُسْلَمُونَ. You will not be treated unjustly when you've done something good. Let's go to 273. What does it mean? لِلْفَقَرَاءِ الَّذِينَ يَسِرُوا في سبيل الله لا يستطيعون دربا في الأرض يحسبهم الجاهل أغنياء من من التجفف من من التعفف تغريفهم تغريفهم بسيماهم لا يسألون الناس لا يسألون الناس لا يسألون الله الحافا. So I cannot let's see. Okay, let me start from the beginning. Sometimes I lose my lines. Charity, okay, is the beginning. It's actually the beginning. Charity للفقراء الذين احسروا في سبيل. So charity is for those in need. Oh, we've mentioned it already. Charity is for those in need who, in God's cause, are restricted from travel. You are at home. You don't go anywhere. Like I said, you are restricted from travel. In war, you are there cooking, serving the warriors, something like that. Those at home who cannot move, either physically or because of their duties. You don't need to know them. They don't need to be your friends or this. You see that these are people in need. Give it to them. So indeed, who in God's cause are restricted from travel and cannot move about in the land, seeking for trade or work. Yes, They can't move about. Some don't even have the capital to start trade or work. You know them. Please give to God, give to them what God has given you. You came naked. Remember, you came naked, and you will die and leave all the things you acquired. We eat good food, sumptuous food. Let poor ones benefit from it. Do you know something? When you die, you get to the mortuary. Those who go to who are sent to the mortuary, the stomach that stores the food is about the first organ or first part of the body to be removed and discarded. The stomach, yes, because it will make the belly bloat, to make you smell like hell. So what's the need? Eat what God has provided for you. Give some to the needy. Mhm. So in the lands, the ignorant man thinks because of their modesty that they are free from want. Yes. So if somebody thinks he's self-sufficient, he's lying. Eh? My Nigerian brothers will say, you lie bad. He's lying. Nobody is self-sufficient. God can manipulate you to come down on your knees, to go around begging the whole community people for help. So the ignorant, he calls them ignorant. The ignorant man thinks, because of his modesty, that they are free from want. Thou shalt know them by their unfailing marks. And marks is here, sima home, by their marks. Yes, uluna nas, by their marks. They beg not importantly, sorry, they beg not importunately from all and sundry. Even though they are poor, you don't see them going about begging. They are too shy. They are too shy. They can come to you and say, please, give me 1 cent. Or in Ghana currency, give me 1 cedi to buy water. They can't. You see them, you know them, you say, oh, please, this is some, do you like some water? This is it, have it. They do it a lot in the rich nations. Unfortunately, here we don't do it. We look at them and then we walk away. Those who have, we look at them and just treat them like nothing and walk away. Beware. Beware. If you don't know, take what I'm telling you. Take it as an oath that you've heard it and you will follow it and you will do it and you will benefit from it because you are doing it for your soul. So that they are free for want. Thou shalt know them by their marks. Yalamuha whom Bisima whom. Let me see where it is. You will know them by their marks. Okay, I've missed the place. But it is something like that. Yalamuhu Bisima whom. Yeah, that's it. For whom? Bisima whom La Oluna. So that's it. Let's go to where God is mentioned again. They beg not importunately from all and sundry. Importunately means go about begging all the time till the whole community know you as a beggar. It is for this reason that some people don't beg. They may be hungry, they won't beg because they go anywhere, they won't be given, and they'll be ridiculed on top. A very big sin indeed. You don't give, leave them. Sometimes people say, leave him. He's lazy. He's lad. How do you know he's lazy? How do you know? Even if he's lazy, have you given him the tools to look for a job? Have you given him the tools to look for something to do? Because you have gotten the grace of God, you go about telling poor people that they are lazy. Yes, the lazy ones are there. They may be few, but look at them, examine them. You have a mind. Afla takilun for ulul albab. The Quran is for people of understanding. Don't classify everybody as a lazy person, every poor person as a lazy person. He said it here. He gives whom he wills. Yukti man yasha. So if he doesn't give you because He doesn't want to give you. He has a reason. He knows there are people around who will help you. Not that he doesn't know, but he doesn't prevent people from helping you. Hmm? I mean, to the poor man, uh, thou shalt know them from their mark. They beg not impotently from all and sundry. And whatever a good you give, and whatever good you give, be assured God knows it well. Okay. Huh? Give somebody a needle because he needs it. And give him a needle to sew, to patch his socks or shirt. God is aware of it. It is not the needle that matters, it's the heart with which you are given. It's the heart with which you are given that matters. God knows you have the heart to give. Hmm? Nobody knows the hearts of everybody in the world except God. We can be 10 billion, we can be 100 billion. He knows the heart of every single person. He has deliberately put angels to guide us and to write them. He knows it. They are just there as witness. You go to police station, you are talking to court, they ask for witnesses. It is there with God. He knows the feeling. He knows what is hidden in the heart of every single individual of the billions of people on earth. Hmm? So, and whatever good ye give, be assured, God knoweth it all. So again, it ends with God. Okay, I think we finished that section. So that's section 37. Next time, we will go to section 38. But probably we'll go to the tablet before. Hmm? I believe you like the tablets too, because like I say, they are signs of God. Hmm? They are all the stories I'm reading to you are stories of the heart and mind of the writers. Elijah Konkode, like I say, he's trying to write people, to make people right, to put people on the right path. So, and then it will also make you know what has been happening in your community is not strange. They have happened before. They are happening during your time. And when we are all dead and gone, they will still be happening because we have the same heart. So, listeners, let's end here. And next time, we shall go to section 38. And that begins with verse 274. Thank you very much. Ilalekai.